We will start by looking at the balance sheet. It is the window which reveals the business.
It is not the window which reveals the business. It is the blind drawn by accountants to keep the managers in the dark.
Then for the time being, we will forget about the balance sheet. We will just talk about money. In business, money only does two things. It comes in and it goes out. So there are two basic things you have to know. Where did it come in from? Where did it go out to? All right?
Yes, I understand that.
So let's begin with where it comes from. Say you're starting a business. There's only two places you can get money from. The first is by risking your own, and perhaps getting some other people to share the risk with you. That money is called share capital, or the equity. And the shareholders are the owners of the business and share all its profits, or lose all their money. The second place you can get money from is someone else. You borrow it on a long-term basis and pay interest. That's called loan capital.
Light is beginning to dawn. There are only two places money can come from. Share capital and loan capital. The owner's money and the money that they borrow from somebody else.
You've got it. Now you've raised the money. Where are you going to put it?
I'm going to put it into the business.
What part of the business?
The part of the business that you tell me to.
Right. Well, just as there are only two places money can come in from, there are only two places money can go out to. First, you can put it into things you mean to keep. Buildings, machinery, cars, furniture. All those are called fixed assets. And second, you can put it into things you mean to sell. Raw materials, piece parts, packaging materials, and so on. That money is called working capital.
Ah, I've heard of that.
So there is the basis of every business. The two places money can come from. Share capital, risking your own, and loan capital, borrowing someone else's. And the two places it can go to, fixed assets, things you mean to keep, and working capital, things you mean to sell.
I now know, which I knew all along, but did not know that I knew, that a business is based on cash, and that you start by saying where you got it and what you did with it. I now understand how a business works.
He does not understand how a business works because he does not understand working capital.
I cannot imagine why he thinks I do not understand working capital.
Then let us ask him three questions. Does the rent of the factory come out of working capital? Does bank interest come out of working capital? Do wages come out of working capital?
I can now imagine why he thinks I do not understand working capital.
Do you want a lot of money in working capital or a little?
All capital is good, so I want a lot.
You want as little money as possible tied up in working capital.
I've changed my mind. As little as possible. Quite. Yes, I see that. No, I don't. No, I do not understand working capital at all.
Right. Working capital. All businesses are the same. You put money in and you get money out. Sometimes you get less money out than you put in. Then you go bust. Sometimes you get more money out. Then you're in business. Is that clear?
Yes. I'm not stupid, you know.
Oh, good. Now, we know about the fixed assets, the things you mean to keep. They're obvious. But they can't make money on their own. To make money, you need working capital. You need it to buy raw materials. And you need it to pay the lads to turn the raw materials into something you can sell at a profit. You need it to pay the overheads, administrative staff, electricity, rates, insurance, postage, telephone, and all that. Not to mention interest on the money you borrowed. Then you can start to make money.
How?
Look at Scroggs Manufacturing. I make teaspoons. All I do is spend £30 on 10 kilos of alloy strip on Monday, change its shape, and sell it for £150 on Friday. I buy another 10 kilos of light alloy strip, I pay the lads, I pay the overheads, I put a bit aside, and I keep a bit for myself. Right?
No, I'm not happy.
Why not?
It's so simple, I'm getting suspicious.
Well, let's look a little bit closer. Take that light alloy strip I buy on Monday for £30. On Tuesday, I pay Harry £10 for stamping it into blanks. Now, I've got £40 invested in stamped blanks. On Wednesday, I pay George £10 to press the blanks into spoons. Now, I've got £50 invested in pressed spoons. On Thursday, I pay Bill £10 to pack the spoons and take them to the collection bay. Now, I've got £60 invested in packed spoons. On Friday, I pay all the bills for the week's overheads. They come to £50. So now, I've got £110 invested in a crate of teaspoons. That's £110 tied up in working capital. And on Friday afternoon, the customer collects the spoons and pays £150 for them. So, I have recovered my investment of £110 in working capital and made £40 profit.
I see. It's really a sort of cash merry-go-round. Well, look. You put in cash and get raw material. You put in more cash and get the raw material processed. You put in more cash to pay its overheads. Then you sell it and get your working capital back with a bit over. Then you start again. See? A cash merry-go-round.
For a sophisticated manager, that's quite a sensible statement.
Ah, I've got something right. I now understand working capital, sort of. I see that working capital is all the money tied up in things that you hope one day to sell to customers. But I do not see how he can live on £40 a week.
I cannot live on £40 a week.
I've got something else right.
I do not have to live on £40 a week.
Ah, he has a private income.
I do not have a private income. What has not struck him is that I have a 5-day week. I do not buy light alloy strip on Mondays only. I buy it every day. So every day, Harry stamps out 10 kilos of blanks. Every day, George presses 10 kilos of spoons. Every day, Bill packs the spoons and takes them to the collection bay. Every day, a customer collects the spoons and pays £150 for them. It is a continuous process, all through the year. So the cash merry-go-round goes on all the time.